Hello, welcome to the 2020-2021 school year, Lake George Technology Education. My name is Lawrence Strobel. This is my 21st year in the Lake George School District. My email address is stroebell@lkgeorge.org if you have any additional questions or concerns about the class. The programming robotics class is one of our elective classes that falls into a technology sequence. Next semester we will be offering robotics 2. The programming robotics class is a foundation class where the justification many years ago was to introduce programming, and a unique way to do that we felt was to introduce programming with robotics. Both the engineering side of things and the programming side of things are very problem-solving intensive, and we're lucky enough to take some of what we do in the classroom and apply it to a team setting where we can compete on the local, state, and world level. So some of the things that are going to happen in the lab over the next 20 weeks this year obviously is a very unique situation in regards to health and safety and social distancing. We've set up the lab where we could have a comfortable space between students, but also have some sort of collaboration with the subsystems that we reverse engineer. Vex Robotics every year changes out their game, quote unquote. And so this year's game requires a lot of reverse engineering into different subsystems, strategies, programming, etc. So the students will get a good amount of hands-on. We'll start with a foundation language, C programming, and then we'll move on to Python programming. New this year is the Python programming, where and if we do have to go remote for a certain period of time, this can be done remotely, which is very convenient. After some of these subsystems are built, they will be iterated in terms of making them more efficient, faster, or going through and problem solving certain things that may not work well. Things they'll have experience with obviously is the building, the programming, mapping and communicating with these robots, autonomous planning, and then the engineering design book where they sort of reflect and record as they work. Some of the opportunities that go beyond the classroom obviously is the team. Right now at this point we're not 100%, we haven't had the final word on how this season is going to go, but moving forward hopefully that's something that can be revisited in Robotics 2. As far as the grading and some of the challenges they'll see in the class, I'm going to move over to the Google Classroom. Again, this is set up to be remote as well. So this is an example of a certain challenge that they might have virtually, and this is an example of how they would plan and what some of the programming might look like and some of the expectations. As far as additional opportunities, as far as beyond the Lake George school system, I can post this link into the classroom. There are various universities that offer different types of scholarships for a student's involvement in programming robotics and the VEX competition team. So it's quite a wealth of information. The roboticseducation.org, and also what they learn in the class is something that they can take with them in a different setting. As far as who we are in the Department of Technology, we build all of our curriculum based off of the New York State MST learning standards, and some of our cornerstones reapply certain things they've learned starting in Introduction to Technology grade 7, grade 8, and just like every class, programming robotics is very heavy on problem solving, design, modeling and prototyping, and of course computer programming. Thank you very much for tuning into the virtual open house. It would be much nicer to have you all in school, but obviously this year does have its challenges. Please email me if you have any questions. Thank you very much.